Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another Historical Humans Reacts. And on today's episode, we're looking at a century-old theory of where Stonehenge's altar stone came from that was overturned by a brand new study. What new information is coming out of the world of Stonehenge?
Well, what appears to have happened is the British began to speak with the stone,
Oh
at
no.
which point it began to reveal that it had, in fact, not an English accent, but a Scottish one.
That bastard! He came from my motherland? That
Yep.
makes sense.
There, the new theory is that this stone, the altar stone particularly, came about, what was it, 700 kilometers from Scotland, meaning that even even all those thousands of years ago, the English couldn't keep their paws off things.
Oh no! But let's just also highlight how far that is. 700 kilometers, which is about 435 miles, 5,000 years ago, and the block weighs 6 metric tons, which is 13,227 pounds. And they originally thought that the stone was Welsh, but thankfully it had depictions of kilts and not sheep on it.
Okay.
My inner
They
Scott's
said
coming
that
out.
about the Scottish too, you know.
Oh,
The
you know?
revelation,
You know, Aaron?
the revelation will, of course, prompt a series of new explanations for the animosity between the Scots and the English.
I mean, this
As
isn't the
actually,
first time the English have stolen a stone from Scotland.
Oh, that hurts. That hurts. The altar stone, yeah, we know. Or
uh,
the throne stone, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyways, how did they
uh,
figure this out?
yeah, how did they figure this out? Because I was joking when I said they talked to it.
They
Toppled
Oh,
the
it's
research
technology.
looked
like
at the
mass
different
spectrometer.
stones, and what they did was shown that the blue stones, which is a fine grained sandstone, and silicified sandstone blocks called sarsens were used in the monument's construction, and it sits on the edge of the Salisbury Plains, which was inhabited about 6,000 years ago. And most of these sarsens came from the Westwoods near Marlborough, which is about 15 miles or 25 kilometers away, and some of the bluestones came from the Presley Hills, which were thought to be the first ones. And many of the researchers had originally categorized the altar stone as being a bluestone until they started really looking at it. And then it really began unearthing additional things. And oh, that is so cool. It looks like they're doing LAICPMS.
Yep.
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
that laser ablation, inductively coupled mass spectrometry?
Yep.
Yep.
So they were looking at the chemical composition of the stone, and that's actually one of the easiest and best ways to do it because you basically ablate, you turn to plasma a bunch of chemical components, and you can tell what's really inside of it. And
Yeah.
oh,
You
This
want to know
leads.
something even cooler? That this entire stone building tradition that Stonehenge is a part of starts, funny enough, all the way in Scotland and actually
yeah!
moves down all the way into like northern France. So this whole tradition that eventually leads to Stonehenge, yeah, it goes all the way back to like the very tip of Scotland.
So are the English just Scots who went local or went native?
Oh no. Yes, I like that. It's not British replacement theory, it's Scottish replacement theory.
Oh no, we are being terrible with this article.
We're making a
Oh,
lot of jokes, but it is actually a really cool thing that shows truly, because we're laughing about it, but in reality, this is a groundbreaking discovery because what we're really beginning to see is how all these stones were transported thousands and thousands of years ago from these faraway places. And it gives us an insight into the cultures and the belief systems of the people who lived here. Because the realistic part is we don't know everything. We make inferences and we're able to do deductive reasoning and some level of inductive reasoning. But you're looking at a stone circle of stones that weigh thousands and thousands of pounds, arranged in an astronomical alignment. And now we're starting to find out that the stones aren't even all that local. Some of them are from 15 miles away, but some of them are from 400 miles away, and some are 300 miles away in Wales. Like you're talking about transporting thousands and thousands of pounds worth of stone over these large distances, and we understand to a degree that they may have used flotation and that they may have used like rollers to get the stones in place, because the river is about a mile away from where this is actually located. So you're still talking about this this intricate system of both mechanical engineering of maneuvering these stones, but also coordinating that across large scale logistics. Like shipping something 400 miles today with modern science sucks. Imagine you get a rock from Scotland and it's chipped up and broken by the time it gets delivered. Oh, we can't even use this.
Also, just imagine all the different peoples involved making this, because they didn't just go up there and, they probably didn't go up there and just say, fuck the locals and their environment. We're taking that stone. For all we know, this easily could have been a huge cooperative endeavor.
Well, I almost certainly guarantee you that the people who quarried it out of the ground were not the people who finally got it into Stonehenge, just because of how heavy it is and the distance required. You, as a Neolithic people, aren't necessarily going to be hauling that in one go. You're going to haul it over to the territory of the neighboring tribe, tell them where it's headed, and they're going to haul it to the next guy.
Or it could easily be it's reused. So maybe for another monument that was like defunct, it got reused.
Or they transported it over open water and shipped it. And one of the cool things this article actually shows is they show one of the quarry sites that the bluestones
Neolithic Amazon.
It's just kind of interesting. There's a lot of questions. Like Stonehenge is probably one of the most universally well-known sites in archaeology and in the world, just given its age and its prominence. But this just shows how little we actually do know and how much we can find out. It's just kind of cool. It's kind of fascinating. Like, this is stuff that, at least for me as an archaeologist growing up, like, one of the things that fascinated me. Stonehenge was one of the first places I went to in the UK when I went to visit.
Yeah, I've been there too. Before we sign off or anything, can we take a moment to look at the photograph of Professor Richard Bevins, who appears to be interviewing one of the stones of Stonehenge while cosplaying as Indiana Jones?
Good so. Where did you come from? Where did you come from?
Can we just talk about the most perfect blend of actual archaeology with fictional archaeology in this photograph?
If you
understood the assignment.
This is what every archaeologist looks like. I don't care who you are, where you go. Every single archaeologist at every convention both owns a hat of similar design, owns a jacket that is either leather or cargo that has a lot of pockets. Every single archaeologist has one. And then field pants. Like, this man walking out in the wild, I would recognize. I would go, yep, he's one of mine. That's just because
you actually wore that kind of outfit on a dig all the time.
Unironic. It's the best outfit.
It is unfortunately very effective, but I just felt the need to show the world that picture there, because
it's a great photo.
This is the most archaeologist thing I've ever seen.
That man understood the assignment so well.
Yep. Well, thank you guys
for being interviewed by the public. I need my outfit.
And not to mention he's going to interview The Rock. Anyways, thank you guys for watching our madness. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.